Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Breaking news alert just into our newsroom. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has extended the state's peacetime emergency until July 13th. In his order, the governor says he is extending the emergency because the pandemic continues to endanger life and property in the state. Meanwhile, we have new information on COVID-19 in the area. The state of Minnesota is reporting another 25 deaths from the virus, bringing the death toll to 1,274. Of those deaths, 1,015 happened in a long-term care facility. 490 new cases are reported, bringing the active case count to 3,493. 25,028 people have recovered. North Dakota is reporting 36 new positive cases today, bringing the active case count to 369. Most of the new cases today are reported in Cass County. 2,573 people are now listed as recovered. The death toll remains at 74. The second day of mass COVID-19 testing is happening right now at the Fargo Dome. It will go on until 6 o'clock tonight. The tests are free and your insurance won't be billed. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum says tests are done Thursday and Friday so labs can process them over the weekend. Today we are learning the Minneapolis police officer who is charged with second-degree murder in connection to the death of George Floyd could still get more than $1 million in benefits. CNN is reporting that Derek Chauvin is still eligible for his police pension, which is partially taxpayer funded. The news station is reporting that Chauvin is likely eligible for $50,000 a year if he starts taking it at 55 years old. He could still receive this pension even if a jury convicts him on his charges. Taking that live look outside on this Friday afternoon, blue skies, sunny, it's nice out there. For what we can expect for the rest of our Friday and weekend, let's head on over to First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Nathan Hopper.
Yeah, Jordan, absolutely beautiful out there after those clouds we had through downtown Fargo did clear up once that sun got going. You could see blue skies 4 miles on our Valley Sky Cam in South Fargo, and the trees looking beautiful as well, with a lot of green out there. You can probably thank all that moisture we've gotten the past couple weeks for that. Wind speeds right now, we're seeing those winds out of the northeast around 10 to 15 miles per hour. A little bit more windy for our friends in Oaks out of the west at 20 miles per hour. So Jamestown, a little bit more breezy than the rest of us this afternoon. Temperatures, though, have worked up nicely and quickly. Already seeing an 80-degree reading in Watertown, already 78 degrees in Aberdeen. And seeing these numbers, I do expect those areas down along the South Dakota state line to reach that 80-degree mark, but notice 60s for the rest of us and still 56 in Badette. So still expecting 50s and 60s across the northern and central valley for this evening. There's the radar as we see it now. Again, the past couple of hours, we saw those showers. Those have cleared. And so, yes, I expect the sunshine to remain for today, Jordan, but also for the weekend. I'm expecting some quiet weather, and I'll break it down how warm it gets, what we can expect coming up.
All right, look forward to it. Thank you, Nathan. New at noon, the Richland County Sheriff's Department is searching for a brand new Polaris ATV and trailer that was stolen from a service shop. Authorities say a 2020 Polaris RZR Pro and Triton trailer were stolen from the highway service shop in Hankinson yesterday. The ATV is black and lime green. If you have any information about this theft, you should call your local law enforcement. Also new at noon, 6 people are hurt after a crash near Bemidji, Minnesota. According to the Beltrami County Sheriff's Office, that crash happened just northwest of Bemidji. Officials learned that 21-year-old Brooklyn Jansen of Bemidji crossed a median and crashed with a car being driven by a 32-year-old also of Bemidji. Everyone in the crash was hurt, including the 5 passengers in one of the vehicles. The release from the Beltrami County Sheriff's Office says that both drivers showed signs of impairment. One man is in jail and a woman was taken to the hospital with a stab wound after a fight. Fargo police say the woman was stabbed when she got in between 2 guys who were fighting in the 700 block of 23rd Street South around midnight. 46-year-old Kelvin Antone was then arrested for aggravated assault and taken to the Cass County Jail. Fire crews had to break out the ladder truck to contain a fire at a Fargo grain elevator. They got a call around midnight about smoke coming from the top of the bins at Red River Commodities at 340 40th Street North. It took about half an hour just to find the fire. Turns out it was an overheated conveyor belt. There were no injuries and no major damage was reported at the time. One North Dakota woman is dead after rolling a four-wheeler in the Southern Valley. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says it happened last night just west of Gwinner. A 47-year-old Lisbon woman was driving on a gravel road when the vehicle hit a water-filled ditch and landed upside down. She died and a passenger was hurt. Louisville, Kentucky City Council is outlawing no-knock warrants nearly 3 months after police there shot and killed Breonna Taylor. A no-knock warrant allowed 3 plainclothed police officers to burst into her apartment while she was sleeping. Jerica Duncan spoke with Taylor's mother about this new law.
It means that she have saved someone else. And that's really the big thing here, because this shouldn't have happened to her.
With a unanimous vote late Thursday, the Louisville Metro Council passed Briannas Law, officially banning no-knock warrants countywide. Attorney Ben Crump.
And the Breonna Taylor law is only the first step in getting justice. But these officers need to be terminated and charged for this unnecessary, unjustifiable killing of Tamika's firstborn.
Just after midnight on March 13th, police used a battering ram to enter Taylor's apartment, allegedly believing it was being used by a drug dealer to receive packages. While the plainclothed officers contend they identified themselves, Taylor's boyfriend says they did not, and he opened fire to defend himself against what he thought were intruders. He later called 911 after Taylor was shot at least 8 times.
Is she alert and able to talk to you?
No, she's not. Breathe.
A newly released incident report by Louisville police is mostly blank, saying there was no forced entry and marks Taylor's injuries as none. Attorney Lonita Baker.
Not a single officer has been charged, and worse, not a single officer has been fired.
Ms. Palmer, how are you coping with everything? Are you exhausted?
I'm definitely exhausted. I hate doing this, but because of who my daughter was, I have to do it because of what happened to her. She deserves justice.
Do you think she'll get justice?
I pray she does.
But for now, the family is grateful that Taylor, who was an emergency medical technician, is being honored by Louisville's lawmakers.
She saved lives while she was here on earth, and she'll continue to save lives with Briannas Law. Absolutely.
Say her name, Breonna Taylor.
In the past, police has said they've used these no-knock warrants to keep suspects from fleeing, destroying evidence, or even firing at officers. The mayor of Louisville confirms he will sign this bill into law, calling it a step in the right direction when it comes to reforming police departments. The Louisville Police Department says it respects the council's decision. Meanwhile, it also acknowledged the errors made in that incident report and said that it is working to correct it. Jerica Duncan, CBS News, New York.
Republican Kentucky Senator Rand Paul has introduced a bill seeking to impose a nationwide ban on the enforcement of no-knock warrants. Coming up here at noon, as states relax social distancing rules, COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Find out how many states are reporting more cases than 2 weeks ago. But next, Nathan Hopper is in with what we can expect in our Friday and weekend forecast.